Simple, precise, and boasting ECM's legendary build quality, this compact espresso grinder has something for both aspiring and veteran home baristas to get excited about. Hey there, Bryan here from Whole Latte Love with the newest addition to ECM's grinder lineup, the ECM C-Automatik 54. If you've been following our channel at all, you already know what's about to happen. In this video, I'll be giving an in-depth review of this grinder right here. I'll go over its basic features and operations, cover grinding speed, time dosing accuracy, and noise level testing results, share some best practices, and of course, finish with my final thoughts on who this grinder is best suited for. The ECM C-Automatik 54 is on the smaller side when it comes to overall footprint, being about 5.1 inches wide and 6.7 inches deep. The hopper on top holds just under 9 ounces of medium roast coffee. And if you really want to make this grinder yours, customize it with one of these gorgeous handcrafted wooden lids from Vitamin manufacturer. Grind adjustments are made steplessly using the worm gear, which not only locks the grind size in place, but also increases precision while making adjustments. Inside the grind chamber is a set of 54mm hardened steel flat burrs. The housing is made of a single piece of polished stainless steel with a textured anthracite accent plate on the front face. Dosing is controlled by the 2-button interface above the chute, and I'll go a little more in depth on programming in the next section. Below the chute, there's a sturdy adjustable portafilter fork and dosing microswitch. The grinder comes with a plastic grounds tray to catch errant particulates. There are several different operating modes which you can switch between by pressing both of the buttons at the same time. There's select mode, which is indicated by the 2 circles and the hand icon. In this mode, use the 2 buttons to select the single or double cup dose, which is dispensed automatically when you press the micro switch with your portafilter. Programming dose time is as easy as pressing and holding the associated button until the time starts flashing and plus and minus icons appear above the buttons. Simply press those buttons to adjust the time dose in 1/10 of a second increments. Barista mode, indicated by a portafilter icon, puts all the dosing controls into the portafilter microswitch for quick one-handed operation. Tap the microswitch once with the portafilter for the single cup dose and twice for the double cup dose. You can also press and hold the microswitch to enable manual grinding. Single dose mode is signified by the dosing cup icon. In this mode, you can set the grinder to dispense at 10-second intervals between 20 and 60 seconds. To put the C-Automatik through our battery of tests, first I needed to get it dialed into an espresso grind size. To do that, I used the Latte CM200 particle analyzer and confirmed I was getting a median particle size of around 250 microns, which is a typical espresso grind size. As you can see from the particle analysis graph, I got the expected downward slope with my median particle size landing at 258. Next, I tested time dosing accuracy. Through trial and error, I set the grinder to a timed dose that output approximately 18 grams of grounds, which ended up being 10.2 seconds. I ran it repeatedly and averaged my results. As you can see from this graph, the dose slowly began to creep up a little during the second half of testing, which is expected when burrs are used repeatedly. Despite this, doses still averaged out to less than half a gram off. And of course, typical home use would see longer gaps between grind cycles anyway, since you would presumably be preparing an espresso with those grounds every time. Simple math from that point would prove that the average output of 18.42 grams in 10.2 seconds gave the C-Automatik an average grind speed of about 1.8 grams per second. In using our decibel meter to test the noise level, grinding hit a peak of 75.6 decibels and an average basically right around 75. Although that's pretty standard for a grinder in this range, I was surprised the numbers read that high. It's hard to convey this in a video like this, but this grinder really doesn't sound very loud. Most of what you hear is the beans being ground and not the motor whining. For being a relatively simple grinder at an affordable price point, the C-Automatik 54 impressed me with its performance and accuracy. As far as I know, this is one of the best value worm gear grinders available. which is a fantastic feature if grind size accuracy is of any concern, which, let's be honest, it really should be. Overall, the C-Automatik 54 would perform great on the counter next to any of ECM's more entry-level machines like a Classica or Mechanica PID. And personally, I think the stainless steel and anthracite housing look amazing next to a Purista like the one I have right here. Because it's made by ECM, the build quality is of course superb, so you can rest assured that you won't need to upgrade right away if you get a more sophisticated machine down the line. If you have any questions about this grinder or anything else Espresso, be sure to send them my way and I'll be sure to get you a detailed answer. Once again, I'm Bryan, thanks for watching, and be sure to check back soon for more of the best on everything coffee.